Hello and welcome to Vlogmas day 12. Well, it's actually quite later on in the day today. I've been sort of making up for lost time, to be honest. I've got a bit of housework to do. Yesterday Kevin was doing one or two little jobs that he needed to do. So yeah, I've had a bit of cleaning up to do after him as well. So my whole floor is all fixed now, so that's good. And then he's had to fix one of the sockets in the kitchen because last week I plugged my phone charger in and the socket was sort of hissing at me, so I quickly turned it off and unplugged my phone charger. And it turns out the socket, I don't know, I think it's got like a bit of damp in it or something, but he's had to replace the socket. But then the screws weren't long enough to go in, were they? Because my tiles in the kitchen are beveled, so the edges are quite thick. And when I picked these because it was something new and I wanted black, and they were like a brick shape, really nice. Never took into consideration with them being beveled the problems we would have with getting sockets on the wall, and it has caused quite a few problems. So at the minute I'm left with a socket that is replaced that we've had to tape back up onto the wall until it can get some long screws. So he's been out, as I said in yesterday's vlog, that Kevin and Dell had been out shopping. Well, he were out looking for long screws. Couldn't get any, could he? But luckily we have got a friend who's got an electrical shop in our town centre, so I'm hoping maybe tomorrow he'll be able to get someone to get that job finished. I don't know, there's always something that breaks, isn't there? I don't know. Anyhow, I'm just having a cup of tea now, and I thought, well, I'll do the Advent first because Advent day 12. And this is, if I can find it, wait a minute, this is banana bread chai. And it smells quite nice. The ingredients are the rhubarb, cinnamon, ginger, freeze-dried banana, cardamom, vanilla pieces and natural flavouring. And I've tasted it without milk in, and it tastes nice, but I seem to like milk in mine, so I have got milk in mine, and I've got my lovely Robin mug, so let's have a taste. Smells nice. It does smell sort of buttery banana-y with a hint of cinnamon. That is nice. That is tasty. Oh, I'm getting used to these teas. Mind you, while I've not been very well, I've not really been having any of these teas. I've just stuck to my Yorkshire tea or water. But no, I like these teas, definitely. Oh, that is lovely. Anyhow, I've got a couple of things to show you. I bought some patterns, haven't I? It's lethal though when you're not very well and you don't really feel like doing anything. You end up on your phone shopping, don't you? Lethal. Terrible it is. So I was on, I think it was Facebook the other day. Yesterday, it was yesterday afternoon, yes. And a lady had knit these gloves, and they are gnome fingerless gloves. And I thought, oh, they're lovely. So I had to go and purchase the pattern, didn't I? And they are in Aran. And you need bits of like this fluffy yarn for the beard. So I thought, they don't look like it's a long knit. You know, they don't look complicated at all. So I'm going to have to source some yarn because it's nothing what I've got. I've got some of this, I think it's Sirdar Snuggly Snowflake DK for the beard. Now I know I've got some King Cole DK, I think it was Cuddly yarn. It looks the same type of thing, but I don't think I've got anything in white. I'm going to have a little look through one of my baskets to see if I've got anything. I mean, I have got some of the King Cole Luxe fur, but that's a chunky, so that might not do. I'm gonna have to go shopping, aren't I, at some point? Never mind. But you know what I'm thinking of is things to do really for next year, because I wanted some different knitting plans really, because I like knitting socks, but I want something different, as I've said before, and I think this is going to be perfect. And also, while I was on Ravelry, I forgot to say who was it? Let me just check. If I remember, I will pop a link down below to the Ravelry page, because it doesn't actually say the lady's name on the pattern. And I had a look through her other patterns as well, and she's got quite a lot of patterns on her Ravelry page. Yeah. So the next one is a gnome chocolate orange cover, which has been knitted. So I thought that is perfect, because that will come in useful for a couple of people for next Christmas. And I think what I might use for this part here, I've got some tinsel yarn, eyelash yarn they're using, so I might use that. I'm going to give it a try, because I've already got a ball started on. So yeah, that'll be good. That's another pattern. And then the third pattern was actually a free pattern off Ravelry. And this one is just called A Hat Shaped Hat, and it's by Lindsay Ingram 2010. And yeah, it's a woman's and a man's hat. It looks more like a beanie style, but it's got the flap on the front, and it's done in chunky. So I thought I might try that one. Now that would do as well. I might do a man's one, I might do Kevin one, and I might do my son's one. See how, you know, see what it looks like. I might just do one to start with, but that'll be something to do over next year. What I'm hoping to do for next year as well is try and get myself organised with maybe knitting a few bits to go towards the Christmas presents for next year. I say this every year and I never do it, but I would like to actually put a few handmade things in the presents, because obviously now all my kids are getting older. Half the time they just want money, or they get part of a present and money. So it would be nice to do something a little bit different. And I might be able to use some of my stash up, because I have been thinking about excuse me, my stash as well. As I've got quite a big box of hand-dyed yarn, minis, bought minis, leftover small balls from projects that I've been doing for the last 5 years. I have got quite a box full, and I'm not really sure what to do with it. I mean, yes, I could put some into socks, but how many pairs of socks can I honestly wear or knit? Not that many. One thing I did think of was maybe picking out some yarn now and making myself up like a little sock advent and putting small bits in for a pair of socks for next Christmas. I might do that, but I did think I might crochet a blanket. Now I haven't crocheted anything for a long time and I quite fancy getting back into it, but I thought I might make a little blanket and just crochet some squares throughout the year and then crochet all the squares together. But I could use my small balls of yarn up and sort of have it doubled, so I could put two colours together, and then I could sort of try and use up some of the yarn. That would be nice, because then that is something I can just maybe do a square a day or something like that. That might be a good idea. So I'm going to try and do some of these things and be a little bit more organised, because I could do with getting rid of some yarn. I really could. Right, that's about all for that. Well, you know, Adele and Kevin went shopping yesterday. Well, a couple of times I had a couple of texts off her. She'd seen some things in Marks and Spencer's and B&M, and did I want type of thing. So it was a case of yes, I do want. So I will share that with you. Right, the first thing I've got from Marks and Spencer's is this little musical gingerbread house. Isn't that lovely? I'm hoping this is not copyright music. Right, so yes, and that's the size of the tin. So this is going to make a really nice decoration, because I do know gingerbread men and tomties or gnomes, whatever you want to call them, are still going to be big next Christmas, because they are in the fabric world. So I'm going to have a nice little display for next year. So the lid pops over like that, and we have a lovely big bag of gingerbread. Now I'm not going to open this one, because you'll see why in a minute, but isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely love that. Didn't think I'd get one this year. I did see them advertised, but I thought I couldn't get anything else that I wanted, so I never looked. And the second thing is, now Adele sent me this picture, and I had to say to her, well, what is it? How big is it? And she said it's got some cookies in. And I said, okay. And I expected some tiny thing. So I've got this. It's a little girl ceramic cookie jar. Now this is from B&M. Oh, before I forget, the gingerbread one from Marks and Spencer's was £5, which I was surprised it was that cheap. And this ceramic one from B&M was also £5. So I'm going to open this up, if I can get it undone, and we'll have a look at the gingerbread men to see what they're like. But I'm not going to be able to get in it, am I? Oh, it's coming. Now the thing is, where am I going to store all this stuff for next year? Oh, there we go. So the lid just pops off, and we have this little bag of gingerbread men inside. So I think as I've got a cup of tea, I've got to taste one, haven't I, really? See what they're like. Because I am planning on making my own gingerbread men this year. So that is the little gingerbread man, nice and tiny. So we'll have a taste and see what it's like. I'm going to have his head. They're nice and crunchy. I like that. That tastes nice. So the Marks and Spencer ones, excuse me, are going to keep till probably January. See me through the winter months. So we'll probably eat them now and again. And like I say, I'm going to make some gingerbread men myself. Maybe next weekend. Well, I'm going to wait till the cooker comes first, to be honest. So it'll be Christmas week when I make them. So yes, I'm looking forward to that. So I think what I'm going to do now is finish my gingerbread man, have my cup of tea, and then I'm going to share some machine embroidery with you. Now, what I'm going to be doing today is something completely different to what I've done before. I haven't done sort of anything like this for years. I used to make my own machine embroidery cards, well, 20 plus years ago, and I had a 4x4 inch machine, sewing space I should say, and I sort of made, they were like padded cards then, and I did enjoy doing them. Now this time they're designs that you actually stitch on the card, so this should be interesting to see how this works out, because I have seen quite a few designs online. I've joined a group for machine embroidery with handmade cards, and some of these cards are absolutely stunning. So I'm going to have a play, because I actually need some Christmas cards, and I think I've got a pack of, is it 4 or 5 designs, which I got for under £4, and they're really nice. So the designs aren't dense, are sort of a bit more open, and they look really good. So that is going to be the next thing I will share with you. So I'll catch you all in a little while. We enjoyed that little look into machine embroidery cards because it was great fun. That is the finished result. So basically that is my first, the goal's not showing up, but my first Christmas card that I've made. So all I need to do really is put an insert in. I need to cover up the back of the stitching and then put an insert on the other side of the card for writing on. So yeah, my first Christmas card. I think what I'm going to do though is use or try my genome machine at work to see if that performs better, because this monkey here wasn't playing ball. We managed to stitch out season's greetings with no trouble, but when we got onto the holly and the other greenery, I kept having a few thread breaks, and the machine was saying it's not threaded, check your upper thread, your bobbin thread, and most of the time it was all threaded up and it was fine. And I turned the speed down of the machine as well, but yeah, it was being a bit of a pain really. But I'm going to look into card making a little bit more, and I'm also going to do this design again. I might do this tomorrow sometime, and then stitch it on something different than cardstock and just see how it turns out and if I get any problems. So yes, so there's going to be a few family members that will be getting some handmade cards again this year, which yeah, I haven't handmade cards for, gosh, 6 years I think. I fell out of love with paper crafting and handmade cards a few years ago now. So, but no, machine embroidery, I have enjoyed it, even though the machine's been a pain in the bum. Right, well, I think I'm going to round this vlog off now because well, it's 7 o'clock time and I need to go and get some tea. Kevin's been out helping one of my sons with a job, so he's back now, so I've set him on with chopping the bacon up and getting the eggs ready and everything like that, because we're having roast tomatoes with basil and olive oil, bacon and egg with a bit of toast, which I'm really looking forward to. So I hope everybody's had a lovely weekend. I hope you've had a good relaxing Sunday and managed to get a bit of crafting done. And I will say good night for now, and I will see you all again tomorrow for Monday's Vlogmas on day 13 tomorrow, aren't we? Bye for now.